Hi everybody, it's Holly here, and today I'm going to be reviewing the new Urban Decay Alice Through the Looking Glass eyeshadow palette. I got this palette sometime last week from Macy's because they're out of it at Sephora, and so far I like it, but I have some problems with it. So here is what it looks like. You can notice that it's very large, like this is how big the palette is too. This is an outside box. So it's not really something that you could take with you somewhere, go traveling with, because it's pretty heavy, it's big, it's bulky. The outside packaging is nice, and the back shows all of the eyeshadow colors. And the thing that's special about this palette is that it's based off of the new Alice Through the Looking Glass movie. There are different color combinations for the characters in the movie. So there's like an Alice combination, Mad Hatter, White Queen, Red Queen, and Time. So that's how the colors work and where they got the inspiration from. Alright, so this is the actual palette. It looks very, very similar to the outside packaging. Still very heavy, the same size. So you can open it up like this, and there's a mirror, and the inside says, "I'm not strange, weird, off, nor crazy. My reality is just different from yours." So that's pretty cute. And this part, you can see that. Oh, that's one thing I don't like about this. There's no like magnet in the back, so you can't like hold it up like that or the eyeshadows fall out. But there's this butterfly that moves, and honestly, it's cool, but I don't really care about that. That's not really why I got it, but unfortunately that's mostly what you're paying for. Because what I've noticed is that the eyeshadows are pretty, but they're not super high quality. Like, I have the Naked 2 palette, and they go on really nice, they're very smooth, very pigmented, but this one just isn't like that. But I do love the colors, so it kind of makes it worth it. So here's what it looks like, and it comes with this little brush, and I've been using it with the palette because I don't really have a lot of brushes right now because I'm kind of new to this. So here's what the palette looks like, and it's kind of funny because I thought that this was metal right here. I've been thinking it's metal when I was going to buy it, but it's actually just a black and white illusion. It's cardboard. This is cardboard packaging, and a lot of people are saying that they don't like that because it's like a step down from what Urban Decay usually does, but I kind of like the cardboard packaging. I don't know, that doesn't bother me really. So here are the colors. My favorites so far are this Time color up here. I really like Bandersnatch, Heads Will Roll, and Cake. A few that I really don't care for, which is kind of sad because I bought it for the colors, is the Hatter color, and the Metamorphosis color, and the Dream On color. So I'm going to swatch these and show you why. People are saying, like some people say, oh, they're really pigmented, which most of those people have just rubbed them on their finger and looked at it, and when you do that, yeah, it does look really pigmented. But then when you actually like put it on, it's, I don't know, it looks pigmented when you put it on your eye. It just doesn't look that great. Like, it takes a lot of layering. You can build it up, but it's just not the same quality that Naked palette is, which is what my problem is with it, especially because I don't have great brushes, and with this brush you really have to like work hard to get the colors to come out. And I'm actually going to swatch the palette with this brush without primer on my arm. And my reasoning for that is people can wear primer to make their eyeshadow show up better. People can use really fancy brushes that work magic. But from my perspective, this is the brush I have. I don't use primer, so that's what it looks like on me. So that's how I'm going to do it. So you can just see like realistically what it looks like if you use the brush on its own, on your skin. So that's what I'm going to do. Okay, so I just swatched the Alice colors on my hand, and I'm going to show you what it looks like. And this is 4 colors here, 1, 2, 3, 4. And so these are Looking Glass, Reflection, Dormouse, and Metamorphosis. So the Metamorphosis is the bright periwinkle color on the pan. What I've noticed is that they're fairly true to color as what's in the pan. The problem is just that it's very muted. So I do like the Dormouse one. That one shows up pretty well. The one that it's the same color as my skin tone basically. This reflection one, so you can't see it very well. But these two are okay. I was expecting more from this Metamorphosis color, but they're okay. Okay, so again, just to remind you, I am swatching the colors using the brush that came with the kit. So you can see that this side is more like the applicator side, and then this side is used for blending, or at least that's what I've been using it for. So I just did the Mad Hatter set, which is this second set right here. And this is how they swatched. So this is Hatter, Gone Mad, Paradox, and Cake. So one other thing I'm noticing while I'm swatching these, especially the colorful one, so this Hatter one, when you apply it, there's a lot of fallout. Like a lot goes on this brush, as you can tell from the fact that it's getting very like colored by me using it to apply the makeup. But there's a lot of fallout and chalky material that comes when you apply it, which is also very obnoxious when you're doing it on the eyes because of the fallout, and it's happening a lot just on my hand. So that's what I've been noticing. But I do think that the Hatter color did show up well this time on my hand, but when I tried on my eyes, it didn't show up that well. This Gone Mad color is not as awesome as you would think when you see it in the pan, and it's extremely chalky. This Paradox color doesn't really show up that well on my skin, so I can't really tell like how good of a pigment it is. And this Cake one I've been using just because I love the color, but it takes a lot of building up to really look as super awesome as it does in the pan. Alright, so that's the Mad Hatter set. Okay, so this next set that I just swatched is the White Queen set, which is this middle set right here. And so this is the way that they look. This Lily color is the first one, Duchess, Kingdom, and Chessboard. I don't know if you can tell. You can't really tell, but you can kind of tell that way. This Kingdom one is super coppery and beautiful and like metallic-y. It's not very glittery, it's more like metallic-y, and it goes on super well. And this Chessboard one is kind of chalky and not as glittery, but it goes on really well. Like the pigmentation is really good, even though it's a little bit chalky. This Duchess color and this Lily color, I'm kind of indifferent about them. I probably won't use them very much because they're just really light. I'm not really into light colors, but that's the way that they look. So that was the White Queen set. Okay, so this next set I'm doing is the Red Queen set, which is this second to last column. And honestly, this is the reason why I bought this, because I just love these colors in this row or column. So here's how they look. Super awesome. So this is the Heads Will Roll, which is my favorite color in the entire palette. Like I've worn it 3 times. I've only had it for like 5 days. Bandersnatch, Salz and Grum, and Royal Flush. So the head to toe roll is very glittery, you can't really tell here, but it has like silvery gold like glitter chunks in it. This Bandersnatch is very chalky. It's kind of like the Gone Mad and Chessboard and Metamorphosis colors. Like they have no glitter to them and they're just like thin and chalky, so you have to build them up more. The Salazan Grum is very very metallic-y and beautiful, just like the Kingdom color in the last set. And the Royal Flush color doesn't really come up that well. I was anticipating by looking at it in the pan that it could be used kind of like as an inner eye highlighter, but it doesn't come off that well. Like even on your finger, when you rub it like on your inner eye, it just like doesn't transfer. I don't know. I just can't really, I haven't really found a good use for it. But this set is definitely my favorite by far of all of the ones in the set. So yeah. Okay, so we are on to our last set, which is Time. This last one here, this row, or column, why do I keep saying row? And here is what they look like. So the top color is Time, then you have Dream On, Chronosphere, and Mirror. This Time color is sexy and badass. Like it goes on, it probably goes on the easiest of every single color in the entire palette. Like a little goes a very long way. I've been using it kind of for like the, I'm not wearing it right now, but I've been using it for the outer corners of my eye, kind of like a smoky eye look, and it looks amazing. But the next color, Dream On, is like, I don't know. It's in my opinion, it is like a mega failure for Urban Decay. Because when you look at it in the pan, it's super glittery, super awesome. It looks like a purpley gray color, but it does not, this is me trying to put it on like three layers. It just does not come off of the brush, does not come off onto the brush, and then what does get off on the brush does not stay on your hand, and it's mostly just glittery. So I don't really know what use you could use for it. Maybe just like a top glittery coat on your eyes, but I haven't tried to even work with it yet because it just doesn't even swatch that well. This next color is Chronosphere, and it's a metallic-y color. It's very pretty. This last color, Mirror, is just like a gray, kind of, it's not very glittery, just like a gray. So, I don't know. I don't prefer it that much, but it's a good color if you're into grays. So overall, my opinion on this palette is that it does have a lot of really, really fun colors, and I was like super excited to buy it because of that. But you have to really be patient with this palette, because if you want to use these really bright colors, it takes some effort to build it up and make it look good. But once you spend some time building it up, it looks great. And I'm going to do some tutorials of my favorite looks so far with this palette. Not today, but soon. But yeah, I would say that if you are into Alice in Wonderland, or you're a fun person, you love colors, you're into trying something new with your eyeshadow, I would spend the $60 to buy the palette like I did. Especially if you love the packaging and you like collecting stuff like that, like having cool packaging, then I would buy the palette. But on the other hand, if you have a lot of colorful palettes and you don't really give a crap about packaging, I would say that this is like definitely, don't waste your money on this because you're not going to be super impressed. But for me, this is my first super colorful palette that I've ever had, and I'm into Alice in Wonderland, and I think that this palette is really, really cool and like a one of a kind. So yeah, in my opinion, it's worth it. But if you're, used to colorful eyeshadows, then I would say just don't waste your money, because this isn't super different or better than other colorful eyeshadow palettes I've seen, and that's just my opinion. So take it if you want. I don't care. But yeah, just as a reminder, when I swatched these, I did not use primer on my hand, and I used the brush that they included in the set. and I tried to only do like one layer, except for like this Dream On one, that if I did one layer you wouldn't even be able to see it. So yeah, basically this is like a worst scenario look because most people use primer, most people use other brushes, and your eye takes eyeshadow typically better than like your hairy hand, your skin. So I hope that this review and swatch session was helpful for you to decide if you want to buy the Alice Through the Looking Glass palette or not. And I'm going to definitely be uploading some videos of my looks that I've accomplished with this palette and what I think looks good. So stay tuned if you're interested in seeing some of what I've done with this palette, and if you're interested in purchasing it, you can try some of the looks that I've done. And yeah, that's it for this video. Thank you for watching, and subscribe, hit the like button, and tune into my next video. Thanks, bye.